Hi, and welcome to part 2 of the Kainai Studies main site tutorial on how to add a news item to the website. If you'll see here, I'm at the page where we were when we finished off part 1, and what part 1 was about was entering how to add a image and get it ready for our news item. So we're looking at the tabs up here at the top of the page. We have images, and now we're going to go click on main. And the first thing you'll notice is that there's just a bunch of open fields here with nothing in them. There's your title, there's the block summary, and there is the area where you put in most of the rest of your text, the main body of your text. Sorry. The first thing I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going to click over here on this little drop-down menu where it says Select, and I'm going to go down to DHTML form with Xcode. This is actually quite important because without this, you'll notice what it's going to change is this little area right here. These are buttons that help you switch around. It's kind of like a Microsoft Word toolbar almost that has the little change the font and whatnot like that. So this is a very, very basic one. We're not going to use this one. We are going to go back and we are going to use the DHTML form with Xcode. So it's going to switch it up. You see that it refreshed the page. Now, what happened in the background here? If you're following from part 1 to part 2 here and adding a news item, you're going to have to go back here to images and then re-add that image in. I'm so sorry for that. So resize, then it's actually good practice though. So you can actually see that the image that we added is right at the top there. Resize it. And all you got to do is just select the image that we put in and we click on add. And then there we go. It's added in. It's going to be inserted in for our news item. So we just quickly go back to main. We have our menu that we want, and the main button that we're going to want is this one right here. This publisher actually has a tendency to publish the text centered rather than having it left justified, and we want to have that ability to left justify. So anyhow, we are going to start adding our text in here. So we're going to add in a title. So this is not a real news item. And you'll notice two things here. The first one is no period, of course, because it's a title. And the second thing is that it's all in first letter caps. I just find that's a little bit, for a title, it's a little bit more nicer looking when you put the first letter as capital letters, not to have any lowercase letters after that. Next thing here, subtitle, not to really worry about. Short URL. This Bing and Google have evolved quite a bit in the past year and a half since we've put up this software on our website. So there's really no need to put this thing anymore because the search engine optimization features. The search bots are just so good now that you don't really need to do this anymore. Block summary. Nothing to worry about right now. What this is you just want to, if you want to add in a little bit of extra text just to give your article a descriptor, you would add something in here. You don't want to exceed, like it says, 115 characters. What we'll do here is we're going to type this in first down here, and then we'll come up here. I'm just going to take a snippet off of this down here, and then I'm just going to put it in the block summary. Okay, so we have our new DHTML form with Xcode text editor, and I already have. I thought I did. Just give me a moment here. Okay, so I have some text here that I've already pre-selected, and I'm just going to go ahead and paste that in there. Just some filler text, which is all that it is. The one thing I'm going to do though is that once you're done typing your text, all of it, for your whatever you're going to insert, you want to select it all and you want to click on this left justify. And it just adds a couple HTML tags in there. You'll see them there and there. And what that does is it just makes it look a lot nicer once we submit this news item. We're going to add something to the block summary there. I'm just going to copy the first sentence, making sure I don't copy the HTML tag, which is going to be invisible once we submit because of the brackets there. There we go. And so here we go. We've already selected our picture. Now we've typed in our text. We can even do a little preview if we want of what the text is going to look like, which is there. It's nice left justified. If I'm going to show you though what this plugin does without these HTML tags. I'm going to preview that. Well, it's doing it now, but what it was doing before and what it does usually and what it will do if you don't put in those tags is that it'll have this all centered. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that back in. Okay. So there's your preview. It just gives you a bit of a preview of what the text will look like when you submit it. And near the end here, don't worry about these check boxes here. Post your name. Whoever you are posting, your name will more than likely be in there. And don't worry about author alias. Status, you want to have it published immediately. Now we have those 4 buttons again down at the bottom here, as we were talking about in part 1 of this tutorial. We're not going to do that just yet, because just recently one of the nice girls at the office had an issue with attaching a file to the news items. Just like an example, if you have an article that you typed out and you want the students to read it, and also but you want to have the registration form at the bottom of the page for them to download, right? Or whatever kind of form that you want them to download. And it can even be a file of some sort. But in our case, we put a PDF file, and I have one ready here. We're going to attach this to this article along with our picture. And how do we do that? Well, this is how we do it. We click on the Other tab, Others tab, right here. Not going to worry about any of this business right here. We are going to go here, right here to Browse. And I already have a fake tutorial PDF file there. That's it. You can read that on your own there when you get to the website. But pretty well what it's saying though is you can upload a file and attach it to this article. And from there, we can just go ahead and click on Create. So there we go, right there. This is not a real news item. If we go back to the home page, we should see our nice picture right there, which is right there. And you notice that block text is right here. That one, we'll wait for it to scroll back here. But the block text actually shows up just below the title there. We're going to click on this news item in just a moment here, once it comes back around. So there we are. Very nice, very nice. Click on Read More. Left justified with our nice picture. And if you'll notice down here at the bottom, here is the file right here that we had attached. And I would even suggest that when you're typing your articles, the last line that you have here, you just say, please look down below and download the file. So let's actually do that right now. Let's just click on Edit Article. So we're going back to the editor, and this is a very handy feature right here. We're going back to the editor. We can get right back into the same article. We're going to select within. Don't even worry about that HTML tag, but we're going to move it down a bit. It doesn't matter where it ends up because it's invisible. So we're going to go down one sentence here, and we are just going to type in, please download the registration form below. There. So we'll add that. We'll go back down to edit article. And let's click back on the article. Please download the registration form below. And there's something below. Where's, oh, there it is. Fake tutorial PDF right on. So we click on that and it downloads it. Or if you have it built into your browser, it'll show. Oh. Yeah, if you have it built into your browser, it'll show. I just don't want to go through all that business there, but if it would have shown the PDF being downloaded and whatnot, so it wanted to go through Adobe Acrobat, and I don't want to go through all that business right now. So anyhow, that is our tutorial for part 2, and I hope that helped you out. See you soon.